Okay, so we are on episode 20, page 59. When we left episode 19, they had just celebrated, but that night there had been an attack by Grendel's mother, and Beowulf was waiting to speak to Hrothgar. So open episode 20, and Hrothgar is speaking. Hrothgar answered him, protector of his people. There's no happiness to ask about. Anguish has descended on the Danes. Escher is dead. Ernlaf's older brother and my own most trusted counselor and friend, my comrade, when we went into battle, who'd beaten back enemy swords, standing at my side. All of my soldiers should be as he was, their hearts as brave and as wise. Another wandering fiend has found him in Heorot, murdered him, fled with his corpse. He'll be eaten, his flesh become a horrible feast. And who knows where the beast may be hiding, its belly fully stuffed full. She's taking revenge for your victory over Grendel, for your strength, your mighty grip, and that monster's death. So in that moment, Hrothgar believes that Grendel's mother is taking revenge because of Beowulf. He inadvertently blames Beowulf for the death of Escher by stating that Escher was murdered because Grendel was killed. Think about how Beowulf must feel. He just came from another country to support someone who had supported his family in the past and doing what he was asked to do, and now he's being blamed for more death. For years he'd been preying on my people. You came, he was dead in a single day. And now there's another one, a second hungry fiend, determined to avenge the first. A monster willing and more than able to bring us more sorrow. So it must seem to the many men mourning the noble treasure giver. For all men were treated nobly by those hands now forever closed. I've heard that my people, peasants working in the fields, have seen a pair of such fiends wandering in the moors and marshes. Giant monsters living in those desert lands. And there they've said to my wise men that as many as well as they could see, one of the devils was a female creature. The other, they say, walked through the wilderness like a man, but mightier than any man. They were frightened and they fled, hoping to find help in Heorot. They named the huge one Grendel. If he had a father, no one knew him, or whether there had been others before these two. Hidden evil before hidden evil. They live in secret places, windy cliffs, wolf dens where water pours from the rocks, then runs underground. Where mist steams like black clouds, and the groves of trees growing over their lake are all covered with frozen spray, and wind down snake-like roots that reach as far as the water and help keep it dark. At night, that lake burns like a torch. No one knows its bottom, no wisdom reaches such depths. A deer hunted through the woods by packs of hounds, a stag with great horns, though driven through the forest from faraway places, prefers to die on the shores, refuses to save its life in that water. It isn't far, nor is it a pleasant spot. When the wind stirs and storms, waves splash toward the sky, as dark as the air, as black as the rain that the heavens weep. Our only help again lies with you. Grendel's mother is hidden in her terrible home, in a place you've not seen. Seek it if you dare. Save us once more, and again, twisted gold, heaped up ancient treasure, will reward you for the battle you win. So Hrothgar then reveals that the townspeople had seen a pair of monsters. He hadn't said this before when he was originally telling Beowulf about Grendel himself. He never said, well, there might be another monster as well, because then Beowulf maybe would have had a different plan of attack. Obviously, this information wasn't really pertinent before he arrived. Had Beowulf known, again, things would have been very different. Then there's the description of the lake in which Grendel and his mother live beneath. So we have, again, a shift of location. We go from the moors to a cave and now a lake. And it's almost as if the cavern of Grendel's lair is underneath the lake. There is then the epic simile of the deer running through the woods being chased by wolves. And the deer would rather be eaten by wolves than to go into that lake, because that lake and the place that houses Grendel and his mother is so horrific. Again, that epic simile is very, very important. What does that represent? Hrothgar then states that their only help lies in Beowulf. Again, Beowulf, I'm putting you up to this challenge. Now it is your responsibility to kill Grendel's mother. And that if you do that, you'll be rewarded significantly. Again, the idea of theme. Now, we need to really think about the theme of identity. Beowulf's identity is to be a strong warrior, a good leader, and someone who stays true to his promise. He promised when he arrived that he would rid Denmark of all of the evil. And now it seems that he has to defeat yet again another monster.